visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
Hey, this is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. This is August 11th, 2010. Welcome to Happy Hour. I appreciate you joining us. Give us a call at any time through my broadcast. I don't care. I'm going to call out for listeners to call in and stuff later. The number 877-835-1937. Call anytime. I'll take your call. I look forward to it. I just want to backtrack from last week. I was talking about coming up here this month on Wavelength Radio on the Happy Hour is we're going to have a live interview with the King Solomon Burke, and we played a couple of his clips of his songs and look forward to that interview. He'll be back in the States on the 17th. I think that's next Tuesday. I don't think we'll get him on that Wednesday following because he'll be jet lagged, but hopefully sometime this month. Look forward to that. In the news, this was interesting to me. I'm a huge Netflix fan. I love Netflix. They're fantastic. I also love Hulu.com. Fantastic. Alec Baldwin actually did a Super Bowl commercial for Hulu.com on this past year's Super Bowl. And I think that's what turned me on to it. And I watched, I thought, what is Hulu? And I watched it, I thought, fantastic. You can watch all these movies and TV shows and free. You don't need cable TV. Just get Hulu. And if you want to spend about, $20 a month on Netflix, you can get 3 DVDs at a time. You send them in after you watch them, and then as soon as you send one in, they send you the next one that's in your queue. Fantastic. You also have the option of live streaming of any movie that they have in their library, which is a lot. They're gearing up, I think, to do a lot more live streaming online and not spend so much money on postage. They spend $600 million a year on postage for these DVDs that they send out. So they're going to do more streaming. The 11th Aggression is actually on Netflix, which is a movie directed and produced by Charles Peterson. Fantastic movie. It is on Netflix. Check it out. You can, Charles, can they actually view it live stream, or do they have to get the DVD sent to them in the mail right now?
We're not sure yet, but we just want everyone to add it to their queue.
Yeah, add it to your queue. I don't know if you can live stream it, but the way they're gearing things up, it will certainly happen in the very near future.
Right, because more people who add the 11th Aggression to their Netflix queue, they'll be able to. I like the sound of
You sound much better right now.
Yeah, thank you.
You sound sort of like James Bond, sexy right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm touching my nipples right now.
Does James Bond do that?
No, but I do. I also free ball.
Yes, I saw that last night. The hot tub time machine at the Hilton with Elias Castillo. Thank you, Elias, if you're listening, buddy. Thank you for that fantastic hot tub time machine. Charles Peterson was free balling last night, and I'm keeping my show clean, so I'm just going to leave that to your imagination. But moving on to this Netflix thing, I love Netflix. In the news here, yesterday, I believe, Netflix is going to pay over the next 5 years $1 billion. And what they're paying for is to get on live streaming movies immediately or within a 90-day period, I think. 90 days. From Paramount Pictures, Lionsgate, and MGM, so that they can add more titles to their library for online streaming. I love you, Netflix. Just so you know, if you guys, the economy is so bad, we've got all these bailouts for the auto companies and the banks. All right, but listen to Netflix. Thank you, Netflix, located in Los Gatos, California, their headquarters. Happy weather there. In the last 2 years, Netflix stock prices have gone from $8 a share to $125 a share in the last 2 years. And this is without this $1 billion deal that they've got going on with MGM, Paramount, and Lionsgate. So who knows where their stock's going to go. If you guys got money to invest in stock, put it in Netflix. Don't put it in the automakers. Don't put it in the banks. Don't put it in Obama. Put it in Netflix. You'll make a recoup. Fantastic. Now, speaking of Obama, we certainly don't need any bailout money from Obama for Netflix, but a lot of people have had the need for that, and this is a great country. But speaking on Obama's quote that he made here, probably like when he was like running for president or shortly thereafter, after he got the nomination, his quote from Obama: "My friends, we live in the greatest nation in the world that has ever been seen. I hope you'll join with me as we try to change it." It's like, okay, so we live in the greatest nation and you want to change it. Okay, so what's so great about it? Anyway, backing that up though, I like John Wayne's quote, and I like to back these quotes back to back. John Wayne's quote: "Life is tough. It's even tougher if you're stupid." So, on a personal note, I like John Wayne's quote. And Obama, God bless you. Good luck to you in your last ending days of your presidency in office, because it's not going to happen again in 2012. I don't think, unless you pull some magic formula out of your hat. Notice I said hat, folks. This is happy hour. I'm cleaning it up. I'm transforming. Speaking of transforming, which I spoke of last week, I am still in with the transformation.com with Bill Phillips. I've had a very busy week, so I have not really been on top of my game plan with step one in number 1 week, but I am working on it. So we'll get back with that, and I'll let you know my progress. Please pray for me. I always need your prayers. Let's see here. What's coming up next here? I've spoken about Bill Phillips, and I'm sorry I'm a little bit tired tonight. If it sounds that way, I am. My daughter just had a baby last night. It's been a couple busy few days here, and but congratulations to her and the new baby. She was 6 pounds and 19 inches long, and she's beautiful. Her name is Elizabeth, and I pretty much got to see her first cry, her first bath, her first bottle. She was sticking her tongue out at me when I was holding her last night, and but she knows how to do the bottle and everything. She was sucking her thumb when she was, "Hey, Juno, fantastic." Juno, I think, is jealous of I'm talking about the little baby. Juno got jealous. Juno was our mascot here at the Wavelength Radio here in Tempe, Arizona. She is a fantastic. She's about a 2-year-old Siberian Husky. Is she 2 years old, Charles? 2.5. 2.5 years old Siberian Husky. She's fantastic, beautiful, thick coat of fur. She's got one blue eye and one brown eye, and she's gorgeous, and she's a real sweetheart. So I talked about the little baby, and she came over here and got busy. So I think she's jealous. Somehow these dogs are really intuitive. They know. God bless you, Juno. We love you. And congratulations to my daughter and her baby. Let's see.
Is that a burp?
I don't know what that was. I think we're coming up at 7:12 on the hour here in Phoenix, and it's almost time to take a break. And I have a break song, but I also wanted to actually do something, so I'm going to have to do that in my next segment. But matter of fact, I don't know that I got time to do anything right now before we take our break. So I'm going to go ahead and go to break about 3 minutes early, and we've got our break song, The Pink Panther, at least tonight. It may not repeat every night. Is that right, Charles?
Yeah, that's right.
And give us a call here at Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper, 877-835-1937. Email us at radio@coolwavepictures.com. And I want to hear from you tonight. Don't forget, donations is now a possibility on our website. If you go to the coolwavepictures.com, click on the radio link, we have a PayPal donations option there. This is a non-profit radio station. We're spending our own money to make this happen. We could certainly use your donations. Any extras are going to go for a good cause. So give us your donations and give us a listen and give me a call tonight. This is Cameron Cooper on Happy Hour. We'll be back in a minute.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
Hey, this is Cameron Cooper back with Happy Hour at Wavelength Radio. Give us a call at 877-835-1937. I want to hear from you. I just got a personal call from my friend Dennis here in Phoenix. And Dennis, please give us a call. You might want to wait a minute. You might want to wait after we're going to play something here, which is Mr. Ray Stevens. If you all remember Ray Stevens, what are some of the stuff that Ray Stevens did back in the past? The Streaker, I think that was a huge hit back in the 70s, maybe. Oh, they call me the Streaker, or something like that. It was pretty funny, and Ray Stevens had done a lot of things. I don't know if that was a Streaker. I think that was a Guitar Man. No, Guitarzan. Guitarzan. Fantastic, Ray Stevens. Funny man. We've talked recently here on the show about this very serious issue here in Arizona and all over the United States, which is the immigration laws. The SB 1070 law that was passed here recently last month in July in Phoenix was a federal case. They did put some stipulations on things, and it is what it is, but it's been a big topic, and people are on both sides of the fence of it, and I am too. So it's a little bit sticky, a little bit messy, and we hope that it all works out. But we have a humorous view, and this is coming from Mr. Ray Stevens on the SB 1070 and immigration. And we want to hear his little humorous slant on this issue. And please give a listen to this and give us a call after you hear it and let me know what you think. This is Mr. Ray Stevens.
When you're choosing the nation, in China they'll call you a spy and ship you to Mongolia till you die, and in the Sudan they'll hang you and the camel you rode in on. Yeah, and don't go hiking and enter Iran, or you might never be heard from again. And in Mexico you might face a firing squad. Yeah, to get all about going to North Korea, that's a great example of a bad idea. So when it comes down to it, there's only one option you got. Yeah, come to the USA. There's no penalty to pay should you get caught illegally immigrating. Come to the USA. It will be your lucky day, 'cause if you get in, there's lots of goodies waiting. Like health care, welfare, free education, help with your voter registration and driver's license and credit cards and license plates for your car. Lots of jobs for you to do, and employers who turn a blind eye to. Come to the USA. No need to worry about the Constitution. We'll help you start a house of prostitution. if that's the kind of work that you want to do. You see, those gringo infidels are crazy. They'll give citizenship to your new baby. So you see, there's really only one choice for you. Come to the USA. There's no penalty to pay should you get caught illegally immigrating. I said, come to the USA. It will be your lucky day, 'cause when you get in, there's lots of goodies waiting. Yeah, you get public housing and cable TV and food stamps and even government cheese. The borders are a swinging door. Go home for a visit and come back for more. There's sanctuary and amnesty. Bring the whole family eventually. Yeah, come to the USA.
This has been a public service message sponsored by Oatnut, dedicated to the collapse of the American way of life. Yes.
That's Mr. Ray Stevens. I don't know how good our quality, audio quality was on that, but I wanted to share it. It's real news, so my audio file that I had was a little bit derogatory. Not derogatory. Mr. Ray Stevens is usually pretty kind, but no, the quality was a little low. That's all. But I wanted to share that. Mr. Ray Stevens, funny man. He's had a lot of good humor here. And now I wanted to mention a celebrity auction, or not a celebrity auction. Excuse me. Loaded. I am loaded. Mr. Dale Anderson, who I've frequently spoken of on my radio show, and I'm stair-stepping or something, but Dale Anderson, a great friend of mine, I've mentioned before, a great Australian. Him and his wife, they have Anna. Hello, Anna, and Dale, if you're listening tonight. They have a charity auction going on, and we would like you to participate in this charity auction. It's for a great cause. And I am waiting for Dale to give me that. I'm live on the air, so I don't have the information at my fingertips to connect you listeners to the charity auction to participate in. But it is for a great cause. It's on eBay, I believe. And Dale, if you are listening, give me a ring here to the producer Charles Peterson and give us that connection so I can let the listeners know how to participate in the charity auction. And please do. It's for a great cause. And now, we've covered a lot of topics here, and I want to have a little bit of a segment. I think it can go further than tonight. It could go on to a few weeks possibly, but I want to call it the celebrity segment. And my first celebrity that I think I met back in the 1970s, the early 70s, probably between 1970 and 1972. I met with Mr. Kurt Costner, actor. He was on a science fiction television show in black and white. It was called Land of the Giants, and I used to watch that show, and it was fascinating. There was basically the premise of this show was you had these people from Earth that went into a spacecraft, and they landed on whatever planet they landed on, but it was the Land of the Giants. And I'm going to come back to my story here about Land of the Giants and my interview with a celebrity actor, Kurt Costner. But we got a caller. Caller, go ahead. I'm on the line with you. Go ahead, caller. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, sir. Hello.
Oh, this is Dennis.
Hello?
Hello, Dennis. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, he sounds awfully light. You got your radio on, or is anything going on there? Or you're just light? Talk loud in your microphone so I can hear you. All the listeners can hear you.
Can you hear me all right?
Oh, I hear you.
All right, let me. Here you go.
Was that a pig squealing? What was that?
I was admiring your bird call that you did there a little while ago.
That was what?
Your bird call.
My bird.
Yeah.
It was a bird call.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I don't know why I don't hear you well tonight. We're having some audio difficulties. Don't really know. Maybe it's your cell phone.
Yeah, I'm talking on one of those
That's
wireless
fine.
phones.
How are you enjoying the show tonight, Dennis? And what do you got to say for us tonight, besides your bird call?
Well, I just have been listening here for about 15 minutes, and some of the music kind of caught a little bit of it, but it sounds pretty good and clear.
Well, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying it. Well, listen, I'm going to go on to the next topic. Thanks for calling in, Dennis. This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour, and you're listening on Wavelength Radio. I'm going back into my show. Dennis, thanks again for calling. We'll talk to you in the near future, I hope. Back to my celebrity segment. In the 1970s, probably from 1970 to 1973, possibly, I had the opportunity. I was about 10 years old, and I knew that Kurt Costner from the Atlanta Giants, he was the actor that played the millionaire with the briefcase full of $1 million, and they had landed on some planet somewhere, and everybody was like huge. And I'm talking like if the spacecraft and the people in the spacecraft from Earth landed there, a cricket was probably bigger than their spacecraft. So if you can use those examples, that's how big these people were on this planet, Land of the Giants. So it's pretty scary for them, and it was pretty fascinating for me as a 10-year-old back in the early 70s. So I understood that Kurt Costner was going to be over at the college at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana. He was there for some stage production, and I knew my ins and outs of the university and the back stairways and up to the dressing rooms and this area that was like private that most people couldn't gain access to. But when you grow up on the college, you actually learn how to do all that. And I took my tape recorder and my big old winter coat, and I had it hidden. I don't know why I didn't want him to know that I was recording him, but I'm interviewing him. And I had it all hidden in my microphone up, hidden in the collar of my coat and everything, and it was really fun. And so I was asking him questions, at least I wanted to ask him questions, but I just stood there as he came up the stairway to go onto the stage, and he looked at me and he said, "I'm Kurt Costner. You saw me in Land of the Giants." And I think I said, hi, just a little 10-year-old boy. I wanted to interview this man, and I was attempting to. I got that on tape, which I don't have anymore. I wish I had somehow have saved it, but that's been so many years ago. But that was my first celebrity interview with Mr. Kurt Costner from Land of the Giants. He was an Austrian. He came over here from Vienna. He was born in 1913. He passed away in 1978 in his hometown that he relocated to in Santa Monica, California. And I can't understand my own writing. What the hell did I just write right there? But anyway, there was some special note I wrote to tell you people, and I can't read my writing. So nonetheless, though, Kurt Costner, it was an interesting show, and I like science fiction, and I like space travel and time travel and stuff like that. And we're getting ready to take a break here in a second. Last night I time traveled at the hot tub time machine at the Hilton with Elias Costile, our guest host. And Charles Peterson's there with me, and we were drinking, having a great time, and he was free-balling, folks. We'll be back in a minute. This is Happy Hour with Wavelength Radio.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. Thanks for joining us. This is Wednesday, August 11th, 2010. Thanks for joining, and we are live tonight. We want to hear from our listening audience. Please call us or email us. Our phone number here, 877-835-1937. Email us at, radio@coolwavepictures.com. Or if you go to our website, coolwavepictures.com, you're going to find the link there. We also have a blog site. No, I was finishing up before that, the end of my break there. What song did we just play on that, producer? Was that I was supposed to play the Pink Panther theme?
No, that was your last break. You already played that.
I already played that.
So next up will be She's a Lady.
Oh, okay. All right. I was curious about that. Well, no, I didn't. I don't think I quite finished up with my celebrity segment here. I was talking about Mr. Kurt Costner, actor, born in 1913 in Vienna, Austria. And he was on the Land of the Giants back in the early 70s. And he went on to do other movies and things. I don't know how famous they were, but he kept busy and he worked and was an actor until he passed away in 1978. And so that was my first experience with meeting a celebrity. And I know that probably most of our listening audience is probably not going to be able to relate to Land of the Giants and Kurt Costner because it's a little bit dated. But that was my first experience, and I've met many other celebrities since then, and I've had the chance to, to speak with them and get their autograph or somewhere along these lines. And we'll be talking about that every week. I'd like to bring up this new segment, celebrity segment. But what I want from you guys is I want you guys to call in and tell me, what celebrities have you met? Have you met them? Have you got their autograph? Did you get your picture taken with them? What was the experience like? Was it like really sensational? Was it as big as you expected it to be? Were you flabbergasted? Was it fantastic? I want to know because a lot of people, when I was a kid, I was starstruck. I mean, if I could have met Elvis Presley and gone to one of his concerts and gotten his autographs, I mean, the rest of my life would have been fantastic at that point, I think. But I didn't get to. I know I was in Mountain View, California, and I was laying on the sofa. I couldn't go upstairs because I had just had back surgery. And I don't know what year that was, probably 1974, I believe. And he was at the Cow Palace in Pasadena, California, or something like that. It was Elvis the King, he's coming to town. And dun-dun-dun, and I'd sit there and listen to those announcements on the radio and just laying there going, man, I wish I could go and see Elvis and stuff. And then I never got the chance, but I did get many opportunities to meet some other famous people, and it's pretty interesting. And some of them really just like commonplace, and some of them are like really spectacular. But I'll share those later on in the upcoming weeks with the celebrity segment that I'm going to have. And call me 877-835-1937. Tell me, what celebrities have you met? You guys have had to have met some celebrities, listening audience. I want to hear about it. Share your experience. I am going to have a break here in a few minutes, but before that, though, I already played the song I wanted to play. I think.
Which one?
The Ray Stevens.
Yes.
I played Ray Stevens. Okay. That's not really a break song, but I wanted to share that because of his political viewpoint on SB 1070. Now, changing gears here. If you guys are ever in England, take a trip. I know the economy's bad, but if you get a chance to take a trip, I know Mac and Gatos were talking about taking vacations and stuff, and it's very therapeutic. If you guys can take vacation time, take a week off, go to England, go to Ireland, wherever, take a week off, get some downtime. That relaxation time is very beneficial, and most healthcare experts are going to tell you that you need that. Mentally, you need it. Now, coming up here in the next few minutes, we're going to have the Patrick Adams Show coming up at the 8 o'clock hour, and after that is the Round Table. And we're actually going to talk about vacations on the Round Table. And so stay tuned for that coming up at 9 o'clock on the Round Table. After me, Patrick Adams. Thank you, Brian, for your show, the McKinsey Hour that we just had prior to my show. But once again, back to vacations now. England. If you guys ever take a trip to England, a fantastic place, please stay at the local inn. It's in the village Tillet, Hertfordshire, England. It's located in the sleepy village of Urbum, in the town of Tillet. The owner, Linda Likes. It's an inn. The owner of the inn, Linda Likes. It's an inn. It's a pub. Also, they have a pub inside. It's called the Cock Inn. Please make your reservation. And Send your request and deposit. Please, no personal checks. They will need money orders or a credit card.
Hey,
I don't have a.
Hey, Cameron.
I don't have a phone number for you.
Hey, Cameron. Did you just say the Cock Inn?
Yes, I did. I've got to give the address here, though.
Oh.
I don't have a phone number for the Cock Inn there in Tillett. However, I've got the address. Like I said, they do not take personal checks, but they will take a credit card or a money order. Please address it to Linda Likes, the Cock Inn, Urbum, till it hurts. And that's in England. So please send in, make your reservations. Now, in the local scene here in Phoenix, we have a blues society. It's called the Phoenix Blues Society. We'll come back to that in a second because I want to talk about some of these members of the Blues Society that have been substantial on the blues scene here in the Phoenix area for many years and still going strong. But we have a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead. What is your name?
My name is Zach. I'm listening in right now, and I love the show.
Well, fantastic, Zach. Are you in the local area or are you out of state?
I'm out by Gilbert. So
Out by Gilbert?
in the,
Fantastic.
Yeah, the outer ranges.
And you got any comments or suggestions about our show tonight?
Well, like I said, I love the show, but you did mention celebrity run-ins,
Oh, yeah.
and I did have a celebrity run-in. I actually ran into Kiefer Sutherland in Vegas one time.
Kiefer.
4 in the
I
morning.
love the guy. 24.
I loved him until I met him.
Was he drunk?
Yeah, he was pretty wasted. It was
Yeah, I
about
know he's a
4
drinker.
in the morning. Yeah, I was at the MGM Grand, and he was at the bar, and his hair was just disheveled. Looked like he'd been up for days, but kind of an ass.
Wow. So wasn't a really great experience in meeting Kiefer that you sort of thought that would be cool to meet?
I thought so. You know, like I loved him in, you know, everything from Stand By Me to, you know, stuff he's done more recently, but yeah, meeting him just didn't live up to my hopes and expectations. Okay, I guess if I would have met him maybe 4 in the afternoon before, you know, like when he's had some sleep, then might have been better experience, but
Wow. Well, I'm sorry that went down like that because I would think that, like you, I want to meet Kiefer Sutherland because I love 24. That was my show, and I'm sorry. I think they ended the season, and I think they ended the show after that last season and stuff. And I was sorry to see it go because I loved it. But I had read a couple little highlights in the news and stuff. Well, Kiefer showed out and got arrested or was drunk or something like that. And I know a lot of that stuff happens, and sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not. But I think I heard that enough to where I figured he probably was a little bit of an attitude and a little bit of a drinker. So sorry you had a bad experience with someone that you looked up to, like I do, because I love the show, you know, but I don't know the person, and apparently it wasn't a great experience for you. So I'm sorry that happened. Have you met anybody else there, Zach?
not quite. I did nearly meet Michael Jackson. I was in the Luxor again in Vegas, and he had come out of a room, and just the entire place, thousands of people just went wild. And I couldn't get a good look at who it was, but then after he leaves the hotel, everybody said, "Oh, that was Michael Jackson." I mean, when you have that kind of stardom to where you rock an entire resort just by being there, that was quite an experience to see.
Wow. And was that last year before he died?
No, this was a while ago. This was probably
a long time ago.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have thought that it would have been fascinating if I had the chance to meet Michael Jackson. That would have been interesting, get his autograph, and that would have been cool. I would have liked that. I'm not going to go any further in with these other celebrities that I've met and politicians, but I'll save those for the upcoming week. So, Zach, I appreciate you calling. Appreciate that, and your story on your celebrity contact that you met. It wasn't a great experience with Kiefer Sutherland. I'm sorry that happened. But I know that there's other people out there that you've met, celebrities or politicians or people that you looked up to that are in the limelight. And maybe you just got to see them, get your picture taken with them, or went to one of their shows, But we'd like to hear about it if you have any personal experience like that. I'll share mine in the upcoming weeks. There's been many, and they're a lot of fun. And I still think it's fascinating to meet celebrities. And coming up on our show here, hopefully this month, is I'll get to interview Mr. Solomon Burke, or the King Solomon Burke. This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. We'll be back with you in a minute.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together
That's funny as hell.
right now over me.
This is Cameron Cooper. We're back with Happy Hour live tonight, Wednesday, August 11th, 2010. I appreciate our callers that have called in tonight. Zach in Gilbert, I think he said. We appreciate you listening tonight, Zach, and your comments on the celebrity segment with your experience with Kiefer Sutherland, that drunk, arrogant asshole. But I love him still to watch him on the 24 series, and I don't know what he was going to come up with next, but I'm sure it'll be good. And I enjoyed his father years ago when I was a kid. I used to go to the movies and watch movies with Donald Sutherland, fantastic actor, and they look a lot alike. I mean, you can tell they're father and son, of course. But that was fantastic. But now I was talking before we went into our break a little bit about the Phoenix Blues Society and some of the musicians here, and I pulled up a list of the Arizona musicians directory that are part of the Phoenix Blues Society, and you can hear, I think, most of these people now. If you haven't, they were in the past and maybe have passed on. Chico Chisholm, I remember going to the clubs and seeing Chico Chisholm. He was a older gentleman. He was a drummer, and he was the head of the band, so he would sing, play drums, and it's unusual to see a drummer who is actually the head of the band and singing, and it's sort of centered around that. Usually there's like a guitar player at the mic, and he's the lead or something like that. But Chico Chisholm, an older black gentleman that was a drummer, fantastic element here in the Phoenix blues scene. And he's passed on, I believe. We also have, I got to see him a little bit nearsighted, I believe. We've got Big Pete Pearson. He has been in the blues scene here for a number of years. I'm guessing probably 30 years plus. And I believe he's still out there. I know he had hospitalization maybe 10 years ago, and they had a fundraiser for him. Speaking of fundraisers, Dale Anderson's charity auction on eBay. Dale, I'm still waiting for a response on that. I'm sorry I didn't have your information geared up to ask our listening audience to donate on that. But donations as well here to the radio station. If we go over what we need to operate our station, we can funnel those funds into the charity auction that Dale Anderson has. Is that right, Charles? And another long-standing member of the Arizona or the Phoenix Blues Society is a Chuck Hall band. Years ago, when I saw them, they were Chuck Hall and the Brick Wall, and then they dismembered, and Chuck went on to his own to achieve stardom and great success in San Francisco back maybe 15 years ago, and that didn't pan out so well. He's still a great. No, he did not lose an arm. He was not that kind of dismembered, but they. No, he went on, and he was out there for about a little bit less than a year, and then he came on back, and they reformulated the band. Now it's called the Chuck Hall Band, so I'm assuming probably they didn't just change the name, but he got new members, because probably after he pissed on his band members, the Chuck Hall and the Brick Wall probably got pissed at him, and after he took off to San Francisco, and then he comes back, and they probably told him to go piss off. And then he got some new members, so now they call it the Chuck Hall Band. But still, he's a great artist and songwriter, great musician here in the Valley, still playing Who else we got here? Rocket 88s, man. The Rocket 88s, man. I can't remember since I've been in Phoenix and was old enough to go to the clubs. I haven't heard of the Rocket 88s. I mean, and they're still out there gigging. Veteran Chicago-style blues band in Phoenix, and they're fantastic. We got a caller. Caller, go ahead. This is Cameron on Happy Hour.
Hi, good evening. Am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
How you doing? I just wanted to. I heard somebody talk about a celebrity meeting of Kiefer Sutherland, and it reminded me of a story back in I think it was '79, and I'm in the mall, and I'm purchasing a Snoopy snow cone machine. Well, I'm trying to because there was such a huge line in this mall. I mean, we're talking like, from the beginning of the store outside in the parking lot. Anyway, I see Christopher Walken. Now, I just finished watching The Deer Hunter, and I was so intimidated. I really wanted to say something, but he was very pleasant. He was talking to a nice family with their children in a line, and so I didn't really want to interrupt. And I'm sitting there with my checkbook, and I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll get like an autograph from him, right? But then, he made his purchase. He was in such a hurry, but he was so nice to that family, and I just remembered that. So every time, with the Snoopy snow cone machine, you put ice in, and the snow cone comes out. I mean, it's a great invention.
That's the way it's supposed to
remember
work. I think. Hey, caller, what's your name tonight?
I like to remain anonymous.
Oh, no, that's okay. No, I appreciate your call. So, Christopher Walken, did you love him or hate him?
I mean, I love the guy. I mean, I remember seeing The Deer Hunter and how great he was in that film, and I'm such a huge fan.
Didn't he shoot himself in the head playing Russian roulette?
He did.
He did. That was a graphic scene, too. I saw that with my mom and dad at the theaters years ago when it came out, and that was like, it was a little disturbing for me. I think I was a young teenage guy at the time, and it was a little disturbing, but I got over it. But I remembered that. It was like some certain things stick in your head. I remember Christopher Walken, The Deer Hunter. Fantastic actor. He's a great, he's actually very comedic, and he's a very funny man. So what do you think about the experience? Was it a good one for you to meet him?
Oh, it was great. Well, again, I mean, I never met the man. And what's funny is, like, right after that, he had won the Oscar for Deer Hunter, and I was like, oh,
no, I
my
thought
God,
you said you met
got his
him.
autograph. What
Did
the
you
hell is
meet
wrong
him?
with me? No, I never did. But I wanted to get his autograph. I was holding my checkbook.
You wanted to meet Christopher Walken, so you actually never met Christopher Walken.
No, sir.
Oh, but you wanted to meet him.
Oh, I so did. I saw him. I was like, literally.
Hey,
a foot
caller,
away
I know
from,
you want to
from,
stay anonymous, but this show is about celebrities that you have met. So if you want to call back after you've met a celebrity, give me a call back. Hang up on this jackass. This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. We're finishing up this show here. We're getting ready for the Patrick Adams show. Caller, thanks for calling, but next time I want your name, and you need to let me know that you've met a celebrity. I missed that whole part. I wasted how many minutes on this jackass that said he wanted to meet Christopher Walken or almost met him. And some silly story about some Snoopy or Scooby snow ice-making machine or some shit. Anyway, pardon me, censor me, folks. This is Happy Hour. I'm in a transition. Censor me if need be. I got a caller. Go ahead. You're online with Cameron Cooper.
No, you got 30 seconds.
No, I've got 30 seconds. I apologize that. We have no caller. This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. Once again, speaking of the Blues, Arizona Blues Society, on the Phoenix Blues Society, we're going to come up here in the next few weeks. We're going to have a blues band musician here in the studio with me, and they're going to be gigging out here in the near future. I think September 14th they've got a gig. We're going to be plugging that, having them on the air and interviewing them. Don't forget Solomon Burke coming up this month also, King Solomon. And coming up next, Mr. Patrick Adam. This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. Give us a call, 877-835-1937. We want to hear from you. I'm signing off and getting ready for the Patrick Adam Show.
listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.